Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Good Servant Show. Alrighty, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, and for everything else. I mean, I'll tell you, I was just please type in the box if you can to let me know if you can hear me. But so I would say about like 3 hours ago, right? I was it might have been that long ago. I can't remember. But uh I fell asleep, right? And then I did like like a kind of a sleepwalk, I guess, around my table, and I fell and I hit my head. You know, I've cracked my head open before, right? Because head wounds bleed a lot, but I hit my head. I hit my head again, and it took a while to get it to stop bleeding, you know. And then I was texting with with Deb, you know, and I let her know that I have okay, I fell and I hurt my head, whatever, blah blah blah, right? I wasn't really gonna tell nobody, but 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 I don't think it's recommended that like number one, I probably should have went to the hospital, right? Because head wounds bleed a lot, but or I didn't. I just and I don't know why this works, but like I couldn't get it to like this is the second time I've done this where I couldn't get the bleeding to stop in my head, and I just took a shower, and eventually it just stopped bleeding. Now that's weird, you know, but it's something that's worked for me twice, I guess. And so anyway, I promised her that that I would get more sleep, and I agree. You know, I mean, I get these little 1 hour spurts of sleep. And so, I get it. It's like naps. But I mean, I think about that kind of stuff, like, because Jesus used to take naps, you know? He took a nap, even during a storm in a boat, you know? I'm like, that's pretty cool. But it is what it is. So anyway, no excuses. I don't think I was supposed to take a nap after I hit my head like that. But I feel like not that bad, right? I feel pretty good. But I don't know. I'm just like, at this point, like it feels good to know what reality is, and it feels good to know that it feels good to know what reality is, and it feels good to know where we're going when we're out of here. But it sure is weird that there's so few people on what you would think is the right side of things, you know? And it was all like it's all been a blessing, right? But to believe that or to find out, this is better, right? To find out that the earth was created and so were we, like that was an amazing it was an amazing feeling to finally know that, right? Like when and I was even a believer before that, before I fully knew in my heart that it was for sure, right? Um I still believe pretty hardcore, you know, and and but to find out like was great because it's like, well, everything's specifically for us. Hey Tiffany, how you doing? Sorry I'm late. I hit my head and I was bleeding a lot and I should have went to the hospital probably, uh but anyway, I was late and it stopped. So whatever. Believing is healing. Oh, you hit your head too? Wow. I think, see now that whenever something big happens or medium, big, right? Usually someone else. It's like it's weird how like a couple of us are connected like that. It's weird. It's great to see you. You're the first one to type in here. But I've been going for like 5 or 7 minutes, And like so you find out that like the world is created, right? You're like, okay, the earth is created. We were specifically made and thought up and put in here. And all this stuff around us is stuff that we could either eat or be around or hang out with. The earth got off its axis for a minute. Yeah, right. It stopped spinning, right? And so, hey, Michael, my buddy, and so to know that like the Earth was created just for us, right? Well, then there's rules, right? Like, okay, well, what are the rules? Like, we were created by God, and He's awesome, and there's only like two of us in here, right? The rules were, just don't eat from that tree or whatever the sin was in the garden, right? And uh obviously, that sin, I mean, that rule was broken, right? But like the penalty, right? The penalty for that sin is that we were all going to die. Because before that, we were all going to live forever. We just had to eat from the tree of life and we'd all be healthy, brand new every day. And that's a pretty good deal. And I miss Shannon too. I wish that she was able to make it to the shows too. But I think it's because the time, because we changed the time. But now that it's a little bit later, right now, maybe he might see her. And so like, okay, so like we're supposed to die because of this sin, right? And right from that moment, right, there's already a plan for God to take our punishment. It was like known right from then. Like God's like, no, like I'll die instead. Which is amazing to think about, right? Like we were just created by this awesome being, right? And he wanted to die for us. Yeah, the movie, the Matrix. Yeah, it does. It seems like these movies are real. Now that we're like living or whatever, like beyond that, it's like what are we in the Truman Show? Are we in are we in the Matrix? Or what's that one movie called? Under the Dome or something like that. Something crazy. I know it. I can't wait to leave Earth and never come back. Yep, devil can have this place. It's all going in the lake of fire anyway. And then like So God, God decides, right? He's gonna take our punishment right from the very beginning. And so we're just really gonna wait for everyone to kind of just make it, and be here. But instead, like, every chance that we had to, like, be horrible, right, as people, like, just I don't know. I don't know if it's people are really that bad, or and maybe we're just different inside, that we care about other people, or if the world has affected people that way. Because it's weird to me. I'm like, why why are people so mean to each other, Because I could never be that way. You know what I mean? Just like just do something cruel, Hey, Michigander, I don't want animals to die either, of course, right? I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of reconciliation for things like that. No one's going to be sad over animals, I guarantee you that. Though there will be something. And um I don't think that things that are good die. I think they carry on as something else, or carry on whatever, right? In the kingdom. But who knows? I don't know. I'm speculating. Let's see. Uh-oh. Who could be the Antichrist? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking about? What are you saying, Michigander? Oh, I didn't catch what you said. I don't know. Oh, Elon Musk. Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe. Well, see, I think that if you see somebody like treating animals, like, I mean, okay, I won't say it like that. How a person interacts with animals will tell you the maturity of a person, you know, or like, how a person functions with animals. Tell you a lot. Yeah, by the fruits. Right. Yeah, Elon, man, I don't know, man. He wants to put some kind of chip in your brain, so that he wants to put a chip in your brain so that you can think, so that you can talk to the internet while you're like, that's so crazy. You won't have an interface, right? You'll just have a direct line to the internet. So you won't even be really using your own brain. You'll just be searching Google every time that you have a question. I mean, it's cool because you'll know stuff. You'll be super smart about the stuff you need to know, but it's all fake stuff. It'll be all things that aren't real, you know? And that's pretty spooky. You don't think that? You don't think that's spooky? I think it's spooky. Man, I wish I wasn't that much late, man. It's my fault, guys. My fault, guys. I hate always having to say that too, man. And then always like, AI is Antichrist. Yeah, see, like, I agree with that. I think the AI mixed with a person. I think it's going to be a person, right? Obviously, because it's got to be a man, right? But I think the AI is the Antichrist part. I think that's like the part that will make him, want to have that much control over people. Hey, what's up, Mark? Sorry, Mark. Sorry, Mark. I am a bum. I mean, I hit my head, and I know I've already said it 3 times already, but I couldn't get the bleeding to stop. Now I don't know. It's gross. I don't want to talk about it because it's gross, but my hair is like all clumped up. I couldn't get it to stop like with the pressure. So I just jumped in the shower until it stopped. I don't know why that worked because you would think that that's opposite, but I've stopped it before like that. And I don't know. Then I went to sleep after I texted Debbie and then I went to sleep and uh that was probably not a good idea after a head injury. I don't know. You've been here all along? Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad. So how's everybody? How's Ash and the kids? It takes you a week to get the blood. Oh yeah, out of your hair. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it, especially when it coagulates and all that. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a struggle, but it is what it is. I mean, you know, like my sleepwalking is pretty bad. Like, um, the worst one was I slept, walked into the bathroom, and I don't know what it was. It felt like somebody dropped me from the ceiling, but I landed with my side, like my ribs, onto the toilet. And so, like, oh man, that is crazy, you know? And I was on time that show. 'Cause it hurt so it hurt so bad. Uh, but I was able to click on, and it was a show that I had with Jake and Stephanie. It's funny. But that hurt for like weeks. It hurt for weeks. It did. Oh, you having your nephew there camping, about to eat fire cooked bacon and steak and eggs? Oh yeah. Right now you're having all that? You know that cooks so fast, man. I hope you have the steaks on now. Or do you cut it up into pieces? How do you do a steak over a fire? I mean, I know that that's a dumb question, but like, how do you do it? Like, you don't cut them up. You said I would probably wake up in a jail cell. Yeah, but you know what? Uh, yeah, you don't want to be sleepwalking. It's not that cool. It always ends up with somebody being hurt, or you wake up in some spot that it's scary, man. It's kind of scary. I mean, not kind of. It is scary. When I was a little, when I was a little kid, I sleepwalked a lot. Like I would sleepwalk and like go to like a closet to go to the bathroom or something like that. Like, goofy stuff like that. But I just wake up wherever all around the house. Then usually I fall down. That's how I wake up. But man, I hit my head. This is the second time I hit my head like this. It was bad. And head wounds bleed a lot. So it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, at least there is a jail cell for us to wake up in. Imagine if you're in some country, right, where there's like there not only is there no jail, but there's no place for you to live. You're out there in a hut somewhere. Or worse yet, it's like a big hut that you have to share with like the community. It's like 50 of you in there or something like that. I've seen some pretty crazy living arrangements like overseas that where people are just living on top of each other. You said jail is too cold. You wake up in jail and it's freezing cold in there. Yeah, I had to think about that. Yeah, I guess it is pretty chilly. I haven't been that much, but a few days here and there. And yeah, you're right. It is a little bit chilly. They only give you one hot meal. For lunch, we had a bologna sandwich, and for dinner, we had two bologna sandwiches. And then for dinner, we had like, I don't know, like an egg. I don't know, one hot, like an egg or whatever. Yeah, wake up in the drug tank. Yeah, it's no good, man. You're like, man, all I did was some drugs, man. Why you gotta lock me in here in a cage like an animal? I didn't even hurt nobody. I was just wanted to feel better. Yeah, but you said, but Meals on Wheels was probably not that bad. I think it's good. You don't like it, right? And you probably never will change your mind. But I think that some of those are pretty good, maybe. Meaning I would eat them. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably eating worse than that now. And well, it depends. Ridge speaks. I don't like. I'm trying to figure out who you are. I would like to know. I really wanted to have like Bubba and Mark on more so than anything. Those are the next people. I mean, other than Jake and Stephanie, they're or scheduled. I don't think I've ever seen you before. We got new people. That's what it is. I'm starting to doubt that the world's flat after watching a debate on the topic. Well, I mean, that's up to you. I mean, it's it's flat no matter what. I hope you learn. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't matter what I think about flat Earth. It just is flat. By the way, with huts, with a lot of people are really kind. Yeah. That I could see it that way too, though. I can see that. I could see it that way too. Mark, like when I was in the army, I mean, like it was cool. It depends on how the living. I mean, look, it sucks to be in the field anyway. I won't say that it's like preferable to regular living because it's not, but sometimes it's okay to live with a bunch of people. I mean, if it depends on how you feel about everybody. What's going on, flat fellow? And so, oh, okay, so you're friends with uh end times teacher. That's cool. The cool young guy. You got a picture of Moloch on your avatar. I don't know if too many Christian channels will take you seriously if you have that, but that's up to you. And yeah, you like the flat Earth chat? Well, I mean, hey, look, it is what it is, right? I mean, if it wasn't flat, then we'd have to deal with it, but it is. And so, like, I used to debate people, right? Like not like formally, but I mean, I have formally, but like not in a formal way, but just like as soon as someone said it wasn't flat, I would start talking about how it's flat, But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care what anyone else believes. Like I know what it is. You got to figure it out. Then. You don't want to believe me, then go, go, go figure it out. If you don't ever want to know what the shape of the world is, and that it's it hasn't moved 1 inch ever in history, then that's on you. But I think it's more of a spell than anything. Oh, do you know how many airline pilots we've had? Oh man. I don't think I've ever seen an airline pilot that hasn't said that the earth was flat. They all I mean, you'll get some that'll talk crap or whatever. I don't know. Like, and then of course you'll always get that amateur pilot, right? Oh yeah, I've been flying planes for 50 years, and we adjust for Coriolis effect, It's like, okay, man, whatever. Let's build our own rocket and find out. We don't need to. We don't need to build our own rocket to find out. I mean, like the surface we live on is flat in geometric orientation, meaning that like there's only one way up and one way down, and the Earth doesn't move. Like that's just a fact. And so we could find that out, right? Um, without needing a rocket. It's really not that hard. I mean, the thing is they should have to prove a positive claim that the drunk pilot. No, but they should have to prove a positive claim, meaning that they should have to prove it's a ball, right? They've never done that yet. And so we learned all this stuff as kids and we assume it, right? It's like it just becomes a presupposition at some point. You just believe that. I mean, you start off with that the earth is a ball and spinning in space and all that. We don't prove that in college. Or so I get it how people could be like beyond, all that, and then study like far, far deeper. Not that they're stupid, but that what they're believing is a lie. It's not true. It's like learning Narnia. You learn Narnia for 10 years, you could be the expert on Narnia, but it's not real. It's not reality. And you say, as a former pilot, I can tell you for a fact that it's flat. I know most pilots won't even try to lie. Like most most pilots will just break down and tell you, nope, it's flat. Like I could see California from Colorado. Like they know, right? Narnia is like, I don't know, like some fairy tale. I've never seen any of the movies, but it's like a fairy tale movie or something like that. I guess it's a British thing, maybe. I'm not really sure, but a lot of British people bring it up. It's like an imaginary world, right? Like if I said like Harry Potter or something like that, like like wherever he is like not a real place. And so you could be like you could study that place and know all the stuff, but it's not a real place. Hey Ann, how you doing? You got some yard work? Oh, I see. Well, it's not so hot. Good night. Uh well, see, it's where you are, it's gotta be like, 8 o'clock, right? I guess in the summer, right? It's um he said, no offense to, she says, no offense to British accents, but they put you to sleep. Well, maybe that's good that it's comforting. It's comforting. Flat Earth does not save you, of course not, but denying the Earth is flat is saying the Bible is incorrect. Yeah, sure. Yeah. If you believe the Bible to be true, then you cannot believe that in the globe. Well, I'll say this, right? Like, I mean, of course, all truth is important. Everyone should know the truth about everything. And yeah, a lot of people say it's not a salvation issue, right? And it's not, probably not for 90% of people, right? But in the end times here, with all these different deceptions happening, right? Like, I don't know. I would want to know as much truth as I possibly could know. And hey Bubba, how you doing? And I would be scared, like, because it says in the Bible like so many times, right? Don't be deceived, don't be deceived, don't be deceived. More times than it says almost anything. I wonder, I'm going to do a study on that. Like, how many times does it have the phrase don't be deceived, or even deceived as a word. Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, I see the emails now. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, forgive me for not catching it earlier, because I hit my head really bad, and I it took a while to get the bleeding to stop, and then I fell asleep. You're not supposed to sleep after a head injury, I'm sure, but I uh I fell asleep right after I got done. I texted Deb and told her I fell. Maybe at two, I don't know, maybe at one something or 2 o'clock. And yeah, and then I woke up like 4:30 or something like that. And so I was a half hour late. Sorry about that. But I mean, if I woke up at four perfect on at 4 o'clock, then it would have been perfect rest, you know. I just don't think you're supposed to sleep after a hit. I don't know. I remember like being told like if you hit your head, you got to stay awake or something. So I will definitely read those. Yes, of course. I wish the Bible in Revelation's name. Oh, I wish the Bible in Revelation's name dropped so we could stop trying to figure it out. Like just name drop a name. Oh, you want to know the Antichrist? Well, I mean, I guess like they could. I think it's written in symbolism like that, so that it it would make sense when after the fact, right? But that we wouldn't worry about it, or you know go around like, oh, let's get him before the guy's older, right? And there was even a pope. Hey, speaking of that, Mark, there was even a pope called Pope Sixtus or something like that. Sixtus, Sixtus, and I think I don't know, he might even have been the third or something like that, and that was interesting. And there was also another, and then Nero, of course, during 70 A.D. was lined up like. But don't you think that there would be like the false prophet, the the man of sin, and then the beast himself, right? But then when you have just all the popes, see, like we're all looking around to figure it out. Rome is the harlot. It could be. Now here's the thing, right? I've actually said in my, I've moved it around a few times in my head, right? But even if you say that, even if a person says Jerusalem would be the harlot, then Rome is the biggest arm of that. Like there's no denying that Rome is like a huge part of that, if not the, if not the, you know, the harlot on its own, right? Because then you think about, well, the mother of harlots, right? Well, the harlot is spitting out more harlots, right? You got way too many false prophets, right? There's so many false prophets around that it's hard to tell who. I mean, when you do finally see the Antichrist, he probably will seem like an okay guy, because there's all these false prophets everywhere, I just want I just want Jesus to come here and to get us. Good to lose good to lose blood, or you don't make no. Oh, okay, cool, cool. All right, Sasquatch. Well, that makes me feel good because I lost a lot of blood today. I mean, a lot of blood. And then every time I try to clean my head, it would bleed again. point is you would never test me if I said I believe in flat earth. What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Michael? Mother of churches are the mother of churches. Yeah, the mother of harlots. Oh yeah, churches. Yeah, that's the way I look at it too, is churches. But like, even if you think like, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, right? I'm just saying, like, to throw it out there, right? Like, even if you think it's Jerusalem, that's the biggest one that come out, the biggest harlot that creates more harlots. You know what I mean? So like, it would just be one egg towards that other way. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I agree with that, Mark. That's what I think it is. Because it's all these funky religions, man. Because like I looked at it as like imagery, right? If we're a bride, right? If we're a bride and they are a harlot, it's like they were a bride, and then they cheated with like other religions, right? Cheated on other gods and became like a harlot, and then we replaced them. I don't know. Like, the imagery of that makes me think that it could be Israel, right? But like, who knows, right? There's a lot of harvest imagery too. It says, if you don't know what that means, I'm not saying anything else. Oh wait, what one believes doesn't make it true unless it's the truth. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the earth is flat. I don't know how to, I mean, is that what you're saying? You know, I don't know what you mean. As far as like the truth, yeah. Some truth is objective, right? Like, not that it's bad for anyone to know whatever they know. It's just when you learn new stuff, it's good to get rid of the old stuff and learn new stuff, right? But sometimes it takes people a while. I mean, I fought it, really. I didn't want to believe any of that stuff was real. It made me mad, really. It made me mad for people to bring that up. And then, but now that I see how the world has to be in the end times, it's like, oh well, that makes sense. Like, they were have us all confused for when the end comes, that we think it's little green people from, that people could live on those little dots out there. But there's nowhere else to live but Earth, right? There's nowhere else to go. Like, you can't live on one of those dots out there. And then they have us thinking we're on a ball, so that way we could look at one of those dots and say, oh yeah, you could live on that ball up there. Same as we're living on a ball, right? Like, they're all balls and we're a ball, right? I don't know. It's just insidious how they do this. Once they can change, like, once they could change how you think, right? Once they can change your foundation of all this, right? The foundation of what you believe. Yeah, but here's the thing, Tiffany, and this is the biggest trick, right? Is, yeah, Elon Musk is trying to get to Mars, right? But there's no Mars. There's no, yeah, forget it. like like there's no, because even if you believe their narrative, right? Space is like 10 to the negative 17 torr is like the atmosphere in space, which is a very, 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 it's a vacuum that we can't even create on Earth. And then they drop that, what is it called, that, what's that thing that hovers, that thing that drives around on Mars. They drop that thing with a parachute. There's no air up there. And then they want to go back and say, "Oh yeah, it's 1%, 1%, atmosphere. But the little car that they dropped out there had like a helicopter and a parachute with no air up there. It's got to be a spell, because there's no one's could ever believe that. Like it's got to be a spell. Like maybe we just see things different. Like we're woken up or something, and we see things differently because all that stuff used to seem brilliant to me. You know, like the thought of space and space suits and all that. Like, oh man, it just seems so awesome. Like I wanted to go to space. But then again, like I've seen people like that, dove like, 20 or 40 feet under the water, and they walk around super slow and like they are like super serious because, you know, you could die doing stuff like, especially when the deeper you go, the more serious it gets, right? But then when you see people on the moon, right, uh, on video, they're playing golf, man, and running around, driving a buggy. I mean, come on, man. You would be taking like little 1 inch steps, just scared of the environment, knowing that if that suit comes off, that you would be toast. Unless they were the bravest dudes that ever lived, that they didn't care. They just faced the elements. Sometimes we have sometimes we have a Bible talk here most of the time, but I'm not really a teacher. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. We do have a couple good people that come here and talk about the Bible that are far better than I am. Far better than I am. Mostly I just like to listen and learn. If God wanted you on Mars, he'd let you he'd let you know what's up. Yeah. ESP in the Bible. Yeah, there is no Mars. It's a light. It's just a light in the sky. It sucks, right? For people that want there to be a Mars, right? But it is what it is. It's hard to come to learn all this stuff, right? It's hard to face it, right? Some people they like it. Some people they like to learn, oh wow, this was just a deception, and it like confirms that there's a creator, and that what they believed was wrong, and but what is true is actually better, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch any news or TV, Sasquatch, so I don't know. I only know things from like that a biblical kind of view, right? World's plural twice mentioned in the New Testament, I believe. Well, now I believe that. Like, I believe there's like, sure, heck yeah. But I also believe that like maybe even worlds like could mean like different, like maybe heaven is another world, right? I don't know. I just think whatever's going to be the new heaven and new earth is going to be so awesome, man. Like if we thought this was good, it's going to be way more awesomer, I think. Um, so, well, okay, what's today? Is it Wednesday today? Tuesday? It's Wednesday right now. I want to do a show. Then we got to do a show Friday. Okay, you think we can all get it to mostly me, but if we can get our stuff together for like Friday to do a prophecy panel with everybody? That's what I want to do more than anything. And it seems like one thing or another has happened to prevent that. Man, my head is all clumpy. Sorry, guys. I think heaven's going to be awesome, or even the millennial kingdom is going to be awesome. Michael. Yeah. Well, I don't judge like that. I mean, I get what you're saying though. Whatever people got to do, man. What do I know, man? I try. I only have an opinion on things that are like super necessary for me to have. You know. Yeah, it's not worth fighting over. I think sometimes, like sometimes, I think looking forward, right, to what the hope is going to be, and just how great it is going to be, right? And God can't lie, and He's made us a lot of great promises, and I believe Him, right? I believe God 100% because He's never let me down, you know. And so you think about that, right? And I think the devil like wants more than anything. Once you get to that point, right? You know that you've defeated the devil, right? So the devil just wants to split everything up and have everybody argue. It's the only way that Satan can affect us, right? Is if we treat each other in a bad way, you know. It's better if we're just all looking forward to that hope, right? To what is obviously we're in a fallen world affected by sin, but when we get there, right? No, that's great. I'm glad that you were talking to Stephanie Soul Driver. Yeah. I'm glad. I was late too by about a half an hour. Yeah. And so yeah, that's fine. I'm so glad that you guys connected. And yeah, yeah, I like her too. Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of people here that have been great. So great. God has well, it's see, you got to think about this in a I get okay. I I see what you're saying based on where you are, you know, like based where you started at, and where you are now, right? And you're fairly new. But really, if you think about it, God probably had you exactly right where you need to be to get the best possible outcome, you know? Why where's this where's this place that where people don't like you? Just block them then, Sasquatch. Don't go to places where if they don't like you over there. Just chill here then. Yeah. Um, yeah. Sometimes it's God's timing. You're right. You're right. Yeah. It's so hard because we don't know, right? It's like there's a lot of sensitive stuff, right? Like we're new or we've been affected by a lot of things or whatever. Yeah, we like you, Sasquatch. I don't know why you're thinking we don't. We are you mean you were meaning us? Man, I've been knowing you for years. I think what has it been years? A year? I don't know how long I've known you. I feel the same about you today as I did with the first when I first met you. And so, yeah, I think sometimes we get caught up in that, right? Like, I don't even think about it anymore, like that kind of thing, right? Because I know how God feels about me. And I've looked so stupid so many times, and I don't mind looking stupid to people. Like, like there was like, that conversation I had with what's his name on that other channel. There was things I knew about that I didn't bring up just because it's better to look stupid and avoid certain um, conversations, right? Than to know stuff and to enter in all these like morally depraved like questions that I didn't want to be a part of. I don't know one person, especially a parent, that talks about wanting to leave this world. Oh, I don't know. I can't wait to leave this world. How many type of one if you can't wait to leave this world? I will type two ones if I could. I cannot wait for God to come back. That's when all the pain stops for everybody. As soon as God comes back, no pain for any children, no pain for anybody being victimized, no pain for anybody that's, you know, no more abortions where they're killing live babies. I mean, I think it's amazing. Oh, there we go, Bubba. Yeah. And here's the thing, right? It's just a preference, right? Some people, hey, if people want to live here on Earth or whatever, then that's fine, man. I don't, you know. I want to leave with my kids. Yes, yes, amen to that. That's the ultimate, right? Yeah, I don't belong here, man. This place is fallen, you know. I view it as like, you know, not that I mean, yeah, Adam did bad by taking that fruit from Eve, right? But it's just sin is more of a sickness than anything that just degrades everything. And once it gets in here, you know, it's horrific, right? But when we get to be at a place where um where it's incorruptible, where we won't even want to sin, like we can't mess up, uh that makes me feel happy. Like that makes me feel happy. I can't blow it, you know. I wonder if we'd be all in the same neighborhood. I hope. Okay, so right after meeting God, right, and seeing if my kids are, straightened out and all that stuff there, like that's who I'd be looking out for first, God and my kids, right? But meeting you guys is gonna be like one of the greatest days. Like that's gonna be the one of the greatest moments of my life, man. You know, is to be able to see everybody in front of me. Probably the best version of you, right? Like the healthiest you've ever been, right? Your glorified body on. Like that'll be so awesome. Yeah, we'll go over to Bubba's house for coffee and prophecy. That'll be awesome, huh? I don't know what the prophecy will be in eternity. I mean, because we'll pretty much know that eternity's a long time, man. Like like a billion years is like nothing, you know? Like a billion years is like a little poof, you know? Yeah, we'll have a little distilled water with some lemon in it, you know? I don't even know what that would do to our glorified body. I think we only eat and drink for like pleasure or something, like if it feels good. But yeah, if I could type a million ones in there, I would have typed a million ones, like say that I want to get out of here. Obviously, if it was just Earth or nothing, right? Then okay, then I guess I want to be here. I guess. Yeah, his return is imminent. Like it is going to happen. Like if whether people like it or not, right? Which I don't understand why they wouldn't like it, but whether they like it or not, it's going to happen. And to accept it, right? Uh, to accept it is just to not be in denial, you know? It's just reality. That's why I feel like it's better to be caffeinated. I Tiffany, I wonder if no, I forget what I was gonna say before I saw the caffeinated thing. That was funny. Yeah, I like I oh yeah. So when Jesus is talking about like the truth will set you free, right? Well, that's that like that's the more reality you accept in life, right? Like the more free you're gonna be, man. You know, that's the way I look at it. And Jesus is the truth. He equates himself to the truth. He's the way, the truth, and the life, right? He is the truth. It is what it is. Oh, the you mean this show right here? You mean? I was late, Bubba. I really messed up, man. I was late about a half hour, and I hit my head and all that, so I felt bad right from the start. Soul Driver. You have a show, Soul Driver? Maybe I should click on it and see. Yeah, if you guys have channels or whatever that where you have like shows, I'll put it on my community board for people to subscribe. Oh, your joke. The water joke. Yeah. Water with a little lemon up in eternity. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't know if I like the whole concept of time. You would probably have to just not, there would be no time, right? Because like the thought of that would make you crazy. Like the thought of how big time really is on an eternity type scale. We're not going from one spot to another spot, like traveling through time, right? Because we're going to be exactly the same. Oh, it's a throwback. Throwback to this morning chat. Ah, yes. So great. Oh man, I feel so happy. No matter how, like, and I hate to say this because, of course, I want to be on time, right? But it seems like no matter what, it always works out the way it's supposed to. And it always ends up being more fun than I ever thought it was going to be. But I want to do a prophecy show on Friday, so if everyone, I don't know, I kind of messed up today. It's my fault, and I didn't see Alex here, so maybe he had to go. It's my fault for being late. Or no, I did see him here. I did see him here earlier. I'm trying to think. Let me see. I don't know. I think I did, but I'm not sure. Because if everyone is here, then I messed up then. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's time to hit that old dusty trail. And so I will, yeah, Friday would be awesome. And either way, I'll have you guys up, whoever's here, and we'll just go through it before the weekend. And hopefully this is our last week here, you know. But it's time to hit the dusty trail. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. Please pray for the children. Please pray for anyone being victimized out there. Pray for each other. It's important. And Lord willing, obviously. I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. God bless you.